the beginning, and it's happening. And yeah, so you wrote this book to bring the awareness of what's happening, what's coming, and it's really sad beginning to hear this, but it's really important. And as I read this book, it's like why we do not learn this important stuff. And we see this movie 1984, and same things that George Orwell is warning us by his novel, but still there are many people who do not realize. So my next question is, what's the difference between the people who realize what's happening and the people who belongs to the narrative?
Nobody really knows. That question has been asked by almost every scholar who studied mass formation. Like every time a large-scale mass formation emerges, there is a certain group who is resilient, who doesn't participate, who doesn't fall prey to it, but nobody seems to really know what the characteristics of this group are. Probably it has to do with a kind of sensitivity, a kind of affinity with what I call truth speech, and what the ancient Greeks already called truth speech. Each time we express our opinion, we can choose to speak the words that a large group speaks, and we can go along with what the majority believes, or we can try to find out what, according to us, seems to be the most sincere and the most honest words, and then try to articulate these words. In that case, if we decide to speak out, even no matter what the consequences are, even if the group is angry with us, blames us, or even more, becomes aggressive towards us, in that case, we practice truth speech. I think some people do that more than other people. Some people always choose the easy way and always go along with what the majority does or thinks or says. Other people rather think for themselves and in one way or another choose the more difficult way, namely to stay true, to stay loyal to their own inner feeling of justice, to their own inner awareness of what is sincere and honest, and try to speak out in such a way that they can feel honest and sincere. And that's in one way or another, probably it's the second group, the group who tries to find its satisfaction not in belonging to the group, but in staying true to something, to a certain ethical principles, for instance, that is more resilient when a mass formation emerges. That's my 2-cent worth opinion. But as I said, it's extremely hard to predict before a mass formation emerges which people will fall prey to it and which won't. If I, retrospectively speaking, if I look back now, I think that the people who didn't fall prey to it in my environment very often were the people that, in my opinion, were the most sincere people before. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You mean sincere meaning true to themselves?
Yes, and honest. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah. I see. And before I...
喫緊の課題から入ります。マスクについてです。で、今、外国人から日本が何て言われているかというと、令和のちょんまげ、顔マスク、顔パンツっていうふうなことを言われている。だからね、で総理、ここにアクリル板があるんですけれども、距離2メートルありますから、マスクを外してお話しさせていただきます。この部屋は換気も入ってますからね。
マスクを着用することになっておりますので、ご対応よろしくお願い申し上げます。
今、そういうふうに委員長の方から言われてますので、ただね、一言申し上げると、ルールは作っていけばいいわけですが、それで、